Hello, good morning. Hi everyone. Hey Darkwing, nice to see you. It's been a whole whopping, what, 6 weeks? Right about there since I have streamed. Long time. So yeah, lots of things to talk about. It's probably, I do chill streams. This is probably gonna be a very chill stream. We're here in Spilled Juice World, and yeah, I'll explain my thought processes and things. For the past week, I have been trying to decide a new pack to play. This pack is great. Not many people are watching it. I'm enjoying myself, and hopefully that comes off in, my streams, whatnot. I'm enjoying what I'm doing here. But I'm also concerned that since I've been gone for 6 weeks, that maybe I should pick something that people would like to happen upon to watch. I don't know. So I decided trying to decide whether or not I wanted to find a different pack to play, and turns out there's really nothing out there that is attracting my attention. I want to go show you what I've done. I have not done a whole lot. I haven't really loaded any Minecraft since 6 weeks ago, really at all. I did about 2 hours. I'm going to show you here last week, and that's really about it. So I'm not quite sure where I left off here, so maybe plans will change or whatnot. This clearly is not a finished build, but this is our storage room. This is going to be a town hall, remember? And so I've been working on it, trying to get a design in place. I clearly don't have windows, and it's not done. I have no idea what I'm doing with these big open spaces, Guess we'll get to figure that out. And over here, this looks pretty bland. I need something on this roof line here. I need to finish that roof. This is going to be out onto a deck. If you recall, we were going to put a deck here. I think this just is a little bit that sticks out. Something, something. Like I said, it's been a while. I bet if I go in, I don't even think there's stairs. Yeah, no, there's no stairs down from here. There's no way of getting up into that space. Nothing yet. Absolutely nothing. So there's a dirt staircase to get to this floor. And that's it. So there we are. That's what I've done the whole time we've been busy. So since the last time I streamed, which I think was the finale for Rustic Waters, I just, it had just been after Loki passed away, and that's still rough for me. It's still really rough, just thinking about it. So I'm gonna try not to think about it. And then the pandemic set in, and pretty much been isolating with Edward since March 20th. I mean, for the most part, we've been isolating. We've had some things happen. We bought a house, and I know that's something we've talked about on the channel. We bought a house, and we bought one of those ones that they're a flipping company, a company that buys houses, renovates them, and then flips them for someone else to buy. We bought it like that. And so when we first saw the house, it had only been acquired a couple of days earlier, so absolutely no work had been done on it, and we got to see exactly how the previous owner left it. And oh my goodness, let me just put a couple words out there for you. Neglected litter box. This is really pretty much what the house looked like. It reeked to high heaven. There was cat feces and urine throughout the entire the entire place, and it was very dilapidated, very dated, very in need of work. And I was I was very skeptical that the house would look good when they were done. I also wasn't sure they would get it done in time because we had an end of lease date of April 30th. Hi, Sapopa. I don't need industrious. Don't turn into industrious. Wait, industrious is what I need in there, isn't it? Yes, okay. Which one of those was the industrious? This one. Let's hope it does that. This is just unwary, diligent. Okay. So while we waited for the house to be worked on, we didn't have a whole lot of contact with the company. It was really frustrating. I kept asking for updates. How's the house coming along? Can I put in some input on paint colors or whatever? That sort of thing. They did allow me to put in a little bit of input into what they were going to remodel. Because it's not like they weren't going to, they're not the, let's use full words and sentences here. They don't do full-on, completely reconfigure a lot of things all the time. And this house needed to be pretty much completely gutted and start over. And I told them that. And they agreed. Which, of course, I was then worried that the time frame would change again. But in that, they weren't going to, like, move plumbing or change the shapes of rooms, because that, you know, that would add even more time. So I knew that the tiny little kitchen that existed in the setup before was about the size I was going to get. I was able to get them to change a little bit of that, so it's bigger, but the bathroom is still in a weird configuration that someday I would probably want to change. But the house now, as of today, is great. It really is. So let me get back into survival mode. These are the little roots things. I changed resource packs. As you can tell, we're not running John Smith today. I've got something I need to do that requires me to read this book. And I can't read the text in the John Smith font. So it's not on right now. There you go. So yeah, it's a 2-bedroom, 2-car garage, ranch style home in a very nice, quiet neighborhood. The neighbors are really nice. They've been very friendly, welcoming us to the neighborhood and saying, oh my gosh, I'm so glad this house looks nicer now, because I bet it was driving down their value of their homes, because trust me, it looked really bad. The house was built in 1964, so it's not super old, which is fantastic. It has a finished basement, which we did get them to put up another wall, created a walled off area that is Edward's office. So his office is in the basement. So it's got 2 full bathrooms, one in the basement and one upstairs. And the living room is set up in a way that there's like a little alcove area to one side of the front door. So I have a little office space. It's not like I can't close a door and be private, but I have my own little office space too, so that makes me really excited. It feels huge. It's just under 1,100 square feet, but again, that's just the top floor. It doesn't count the basement, so we've got almost double that. 2-car garage. It's a huge garage. The yard isn't so huge, especially the backyard. But we're not exactly gonna ever really use the yard a whole bunch. But yeah, we're happy. And that's what matters, right? The house was painted. It was white. It is now gray, and gray tends to be their color for just about everything. This flipping company picks one of 2 colors. They pick gray or they pick like a taupe, a beige, and I told him please not beige. So everything's gray. I've got gray carpet, gray walls, gray, the gray floors in the bathroom and kitchen. Everything is this like French gray, which isn't bad. It's not bad, but it's everywhere. It's every room, it's every floor. So totally gonna want to be changing some of that up in time, right? When we can afford it. Because we plunked down a pretty decent amount of money to down payment. So cats don't need much space to run around in. They don't, but my cats are gonna have a lot of space. They have a lot of cat TV. They have a lot of windows that show a lot of nature. Actually have nature instead of concrete and parking lots. Birds, squirrels, bunnies, bugs. They've got it. They've got everything they could ever want to watch. And I keep saying they. I'm planning my future kitties. I still only have Hermes. Okay, Butterfly Central down here. But I'm planning future kitties. Anyway, all this running around. Let's get started on what I want to do today, which is to make a whole bunch of chests. And, which reminds me I need this stuff over here. A whole bunch of chests and get our storage started to be solidified in our town hall. So I need these. Hello, Golden Lion. So yeah, we're just gonna run back and forth apparently with chests and moving stuff around. The plan is to keep playing this pack. Like I said, for the longest time, for all this last week, I've been bouncing the idea around of different packs. I've been looking at different packs. I've been watching people play different packs. There are not any that are 1.15 that I'm interested in right now. Most of them are just like, we'll just keep adding mods as they come out type things. And I'm not interested in that sort of pack, simply because if a mod comes out that turns out to be unstable, it could potentially corrupt my world. And since I'm such a slow player, I don't want a pack that could potentially break on an update. Ooh, so yeah, there's that. So we're sticking with 112. There aren't a whole lot of new 112 packs, and the ones that are out, I'm not interested in. I had considered playing an old pack, but I don't know. So there was either continue this one, which I really feel I'm not very far into to begin with anyway, so there's plenty to do, or start a whole brand new one. Now, the Simpletons SMP is coming out with a mod pack very soon, like within the next week. That will be a server with hopefully several people at least to play on, and the goal is to play together and do things together. And so the goal, yeah, I want to do that at least a little bit. So I didn't want to have two packs starting the same weekend type of thing. Because then you'd just be watching me doing the initial stuff twice very quickly. So that is coming. I do not know how much participation I'm going to have in it, but yeah, we'll see. So we're going to keep doing this because there are all of those magical mods. The reason I wanted to play this to begin with, to explore. I have not played through Thaumcraft 6 at all. I think I got like an hours into a pack that had Thaumcraft. I have not played with 1.12 Blood Magic, with the whole will system. I'm not familiar with any of that, so I haven't played any of that. We haven't gotten very far into Wizardry. And there's the Aether, there's Divine Favor. I mean, I could even learn Magical Psi, even though it's not really a magic mod, but it uses, that sort of thing. So there's so much in this one that as of right now, won't carry over into 1.14, 1.15 packs because those mods aren't being updated to them. So I'd like to play them before they don't exist anymore. And I like magic mods. They're more of a challenge to me than tech mods. And tech mods are, are a challenge. So, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to do. So let's grab some wood. We've got our tree beacon going here. And I found out that it can check for up to 600 tree blocks in its area, and it produces drops based on that. So my little 2 trees here, this is a very, very slow farm. But I've been on for a little while doing that building, so I have some. So how is the internet at this place? The internet at this place is okay. We currently have cable internet. We will be upgrading to fiber, which is available here. So yeah, just not right now. I think Ed wants to do that in next month. We're waiting for him to get his first paycheck here. Really. Okay, so if you guys are unfamiliar, Arcane Archives has a capability that you can see every single chest in your network without them being connected by pipes or wires or anything like that. So I can really place my chest practically anywhere I want in this building, and as long as I have a manifest, I can find everything. There's also a brazier of hoarding, and that is pretty much an input into the network. I can just chuck stuff into it and it'll put it into the chests and things that are Arcane Archives. That is what we're going to have in this building. I do need to future-proof it because we are going to have Britannia's Corporea set up, and that will be for output of the network, taking things out and using it in other places. So we will need to be able to put sparks on all of the chests. Okay? With that said, I still don't need to plan for wires or cables or, that sort of thing. Filters. Don't need any of that. I don't need hoppers and things like you would vanilla. So how I'm going to set this up, I'm still not 100% sure. But I'm thinking this whole floor could be a decent, all of our storage. And I might want to do it like type based, not necessarily categories, but like put all of the stone stuff in one area and put all the wool in another area and put all of the, items, mob drops in another area, that sort of thing. So I'm trying to think here. The first things we want to probably tackle are the building blocks that we've got gathered, currently sitting in our Roots School of Magic. So, let's see. And they're likely going to be our most building blocks. Are going to be probably a pretty darn hefty amount. So I think what I might do, let's see, I'm thinking here. If I did... we're going to do individual chests, by the way, because we don't want just chests, crap. We want troves as well. We want arcane. We want troves. These are like barrels. They hold a whole bunch of a single item. We're going to need a bunch of those, probably for like cobblestone, oak wood, the things that we're going to collect a bunch of. So we'll need those. We need to plan those. Radiant chests are just like larger chests, so we need that. I should go grab the things that I've made that are sitting in the roots area for that, so that we can do those things. All right, so we'll use some base blocks here to figure it out. If I did a row of something, either troves or chests, how far out would I want to go? Because we could also put things in sections over here, and I don't think I would have put them any closer to than that spot. And then we could have other ones here. Whoop. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then to do it again, it would be here. And then I don't know how far up. So we'd have the block and the trove, the block and the trove, or block and trove. So the two troves are in the middle. You can't label the troves, which are the barrels from Arcane Archives. So that would be a problem, isn't it? No, it's a full block. Okay, just give me the illusion. So we'd have what is stored in it here for the visualization of the trove. Either with, item frame or the actual block placed here. I think I might go with item frames. It look more consistent. We need to figure out where that stairwell is going to go. Because I don't think it's just going to stay this forever. I mean, if you come in here... Would it be right there? What does this end up being here? We'll use stairs. That should work, because that'll give us some space here still to put things. And we can put a railing around this to keep us from falling down the stairwell. No, we need... The reason I did this is so we could make sure that wherever we're putting our chests, that it doesn't end up getting in the way. Oh, yeah. That works. Hello, you must be a nice wisp because of, oh, now you're not. Hey. Hey. That was interesting. Anyway. We should sleep. So yeah. We've got plans and stuff and things and whatever. I can't remember what's in these. It's been so long. Oh yeah. Building materials for this build. Which we will be able to eventually move into there. Hey! Alright, so let's head back over to the Root School of Magic, grab the things that are over there that we need in order to build the Arcane Archives blocks here. And... oh, I got too close to a V-shroom. Oh, there's another one. Is carry-on in this pack? I do not know. Doesn't look like it. So, unload some things. Do I have any wood stairs in here? Nope. How about here? Nope, we'll have to make some. Okay. There's more chests. We'll take those. Can we convert those to regular chests? No. I don't think I can convert these to... Oop, I can. Okay, good. Alright. So these are the things that we're going to need. If I pick it up, it will explode all of its all of its stuff. And I don't think I can use these on it. Let's find out. Nope. So we have that to keep in mind. I don't know if there's any other way to try and pick these up. And that would be why carry-on would be really kind of helpful. We'd be able to shift and pick up. Maybe, if they were adaptable to that. But what we need is this, the gem cutters table, and the manifest lectern. So let's make sure there's nothing of value in here. Let's do axe. And then you have a manifest. Yeah. Alright. So for now, I don't think I have any that are empty. Nope. So we'll make some of these at the new place, and then we'll have to move items over. We'll be able to easily pick the chests up. I don't think we can do those. Can we do those? No. Okay. So we have that. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to get this done sooner rather than later, because the more stuff I gather in this area that I'd have to manually move in other methods. Yeah, unpleasant. I might not have to manually move it. Now that I'm thinking of it. Okay, the brazier. If I made a brazier of hoarding here, chunk loaded my new storage room, all I would need to do is toss all of this stuff into the brazier of hoarding and it would show up over there. So once we have things configured, it would just send everything over to my storage over there. Definitely keep that in mind. How you make this? We need wood, gold, radiant dust, and coal to make it. Awesome. We can do that. Or charcoal, looks like. Yep. Great. That's what we're gonna do. Because we just have so much. Alright, so we're gonna head over there, set up the gem cutters table and the manifest lectern, and we're gonna make we'll need the gem cutters table to make the brazier. And then some troves. What do we need for the troves? The chest, the shaped porch, which is 2 of those. Yep. And we need more gold. I'll have to grab some more gold. And redstone. Gold, we'll grab this 1 nugget and this, whoop, I forgot stacks here. More. Alright, let's head back. So, shall we go back to our moving in story? With the whole pandemic, as I'm sure you are all aware, things started closing, things got, locked down, it was harder to do things. So as it got closer to moving day, I was worried that the people doing the renovations would have problems renovating because, one, maybe the crew didn't want to work during at all, or they had to work less hours or with a smaller team, or that they couldn't get supplies because the places they normally get their supplies to do the renovations wasn't open. Turns out some of these things did happen during the renovation. 10 days before we needed to move, we set up the date to do the closing on the house, and was told at that time the house was not ready. I don't want it there, do I? Because if I put it there, it might be too close to the... I wonder if I can have more than one, and I can put it there and there. The gem cutters table might be a good thing to have. Which way is it placed? That's good. Right there is fine. Alright, so we need to put resources in there. Okay. So we signed our papers 2 days before move. We were guaranteed the house. We didn't have, we were approved. They didn't want us signing the papers because once we started signing the papers, we owed them money, and they didn't want to have us owe them money until the house was ready. Well, the house was not ready. They were working their asses off trying to get it done in time, but apparently the previous construction crew that was working on the house quit and didn't tell them until a week and a half later. So the house sat without any work being done for a week and a half. And so then they had to find another crew that could get it done in the short period of time that they had. And so we signed our papers and came over to the house. There were no flooring. They were still painting. There was no cabinetry installed. The doors weren't installed. It was a sad affair. I mean, we looked at the house and I'm like, there is no way that they're going to be done in 3 days. And we told them we have nowhere to live as of April 30th at 5 p.m. I mean, we're just like, we have nowhere to live, so you need to make it so that we are capable of sleeping here on April 30th. And so we moved out of our apartment. That was pretty uneventful. And arrived here to find that it was not going to be ready for us to sleep in. I need a regular crafting table up here. Let's make one of these. Good. When we arrived, there was still no carpet, but there was flooring. They had the cabinets in and the countertops in, and the plumbing was mostly working. It was pretty much a mess. They had worked with the construction team to clear out half of the garage. So the one half, they had all of their stuff they were using to do the renovation so that we could unload our U-Haul into the other half of the garage. And so we did, knowing that we could not sleep there that night. Yeah, so we stayed in a motel, cheap Motel 6, because animals stay free at Motel 6, and everywhere else was wanting at least $100 a night for Hermes. And I'm like, no, cannot do that. Well, great. So we were there. When we first arrived, they were doing some kind of work that required a lot of electricity, and I noticed there was a lot of flickering in the lights. And I said, that's not normal. That needs to be looked into. And they're like, okay, we'll call an electrician, which they did. And the guy came out like within an hour, which was amazing. But yeah, the electrician found that one of our main lines into the house, which we have 2 of, was fried. Like fire hazard, fried. So our electric company had to come by and shut us off, shut that line off. So then it became a fun juggle job of having, I think there was about 20 outlets that had power, because everything else was on the other main line. So we had no lights, no furnace, no AC, which that's a whole nother story in itself. Yeah, we still had no appliances, because I haven't gotten into that story yet. So no appliances. And the renovation team was doing the best they could with those 12 outlets to be able to run their tools and equipment that they needed to continue working. And the electrician said, this was on Thursday. They said, I will try to get out on Monday. Yeah, it reminds you of the money pit. Yep. It's not bad. I mean, it didn't cost us any money. Thankfully, this was all covered under the contract we made with the company that was doing the renovations, that the house that we would receive would be fully functioning and in best order, and it's under a warranty for 30 days in case anything happens, all that fun stuff. So, they had a requirement of giving us a house that would not cost us money to live in for a while. So that was Thursday night, where we were told we have very minimal electricity and they won't be out until Monday. So we had a whole weekend where Friday came the day after we moved. So our stuff was in the garage and we were in a hotel or a motel. And the carpenter came by and laid carpet. So we finally had carpets. And that was kind of like the point at which we could stay there, because there was carpet on the floors. And before it was just, the wood above the joists sort of deal. The plumbing was all done by then. And the place was habitable, but they were not done. So Ed and I decided we were going to stay there Friday night, and we ended up staying there. We were there. We've been there since. All weekend long. The renovation team did not come back that weekend. They took a weekend off because they'd been working 3 weekends straight, 12-hour days, to try to get this thing done, because of the other construction crew that quit. And I'm just standing here. I really apologize. I'm just standing here. I'm not doing anything. So it got really cold. We had a really nice neighbor come over. Found out we did not have heat because of the electricity problem, and brought over a radiant heater that we could plug into one of our working outlets. So whatever room we were in, that heater followed us for the weekend. Yeah. We need to do that. How do we do that? What? This is raw radiant quartz, 2 of those, and a gem cutter's table. We have raw radiant quartz in here. A decent amount of it, so I should be able to... Oh, it's up here. I have to click. Let's get 16? We'll do 16 to start because we need to make troves. That's what we're working on. So we Monday came around, the electrician came by and said he still does not have the building permit. You need a building permit to make this sort of change on a house to fix the main line. But he had to call into the office and he's trying to get it. And I said, well, work a little harder because we're living here now and we have no heat. He says, I didn't know you were living here yet. I will work harder. You know, he's like, I didn't know you were living here. Someone should have told me. We would have gotten this a little faster. So, yeah. Tuesday comes around and he comes back and says, I've got it. I've got my stuff. Let's get this done. So yeah, Tuesday we got power. Tuesday we got power. So that was nice. We need to make this radiant dust and break up some of this gold. All right. So we need to make these, right? Yep. Can we make them? Yep. Okay. We can make 3 so far. That should give us 2 the trove, I believe. Okay. Not yet. What do we need? Shaped radiant quartz. Material interface. Did I make the wrong thing? I think I did. What? I need to make these. Which require those. Okay. The bands. I need to make... Uh-oh. My computer is thinking. There it goes. These. I need to make these. That should be... There we go. Start with 8. So, yes. Hello, Comet Lore. There's our first row. Yay! And so now I've told you that's how we've got power restored. So now we have power, which gave us heat. And during that whole time, we thought we didn't have hot water because it wasn't hot. Turns out we didn't find this out till Tuesday, so we had the whole weekend. Turns out that the construction crew had just turned the temperature down on the water heater, but that was something I didn't check because I had just thought, well, we must have an electric water heater, and that's why we don't have hot water. I didn't even think to look at it, but no, it's a gas water heater. And I could have turned it up and we could have had hot water all weekend. So there's that fun. We need some radiant dust, coal, gold, ash, and wood. So the only thing we really need is radiant dust, right? Which we have. Oh, it's the coal. I don't think I have any. We might need to make some charcoal. Let's grab some cobble. One of these has cobble, I know it. Hello. Dang it. So, we've done the electric story. We've told you about the hot water. Oh, appliances. So, I ordered appliances on April, I want to say like the 16th or something like that, mid-April, because I knew that places that are doing delivery needed some lead-in time to schedule a delivery date. They aren't going to like deliver the next day sort of thing, right? So yeah, I ordered them really early because I knew I wouldn't need them until May 1st. And so ordered them from a home improvement store, a large brand home improvement store. And then the next day I called to set up my delivery date as it had been requested. So got that going and felt pretty confident that things were going to work. 3 days before we moved, I got an email that said then the earliest delivery date was going to be May 15th. After I had already called and established a delivery date of May 2nd. Okay. I got a new one that says, nope, we changed that. Now it's May 15th. And so I called, which calling an 800 number customer service right now that is dealing with people that need delivery, because everyone's doing delivery. I was on hold for 50 minutes to get a hold of somebody to try to get this fixed. And oh my God, it was quite a challenge, quite the challenge to juggle with the stores in the town we were moving to and to get the stuff we needed. I'm like, I ordered 2 weeks ago to give you the time to figure out how to get these stores to deliver on time. And there we go. We have a brazier of hoarding. I've never made one of these before. I'm not 100% sure where it needs to be. Let's just put it right here for now. I do know, let's see if we do, let's configure this one on the end with cobble. Okay. I'll get back to my story in just a moment. And then I grabbed more cobble. If I just throw the cobble in, this doesn't burn me, right? Good. Okay, it should be showing up in here. It's not. I wonder if it's going in the other one. Where are you going? Glad I chose to do this with cobble. Drop-off point to store your items in your network. Braziers or hoarding are also a light source. Any items used on or dropped on top of a brazier will be transported to appropriate storage. Starting with radiant troves. If no appropriate radiant trove exists in your network, items will be placed in radiant chests. Starting with chests that already contain an instance of that item. If no storage can be found, items are ejected from the brazier of hoarding. So they went somewhere, otherwise they would be thrown out somewhere. So where would they have gone? Okay, so while I run back and get the trove that has cobble in it, get them all taken care of. The appliances that we ordered, because we were moving in a new house, we needed everything. So we needed a fridge, a stove, and a washer dryer. Okay. And then all the accoutrements to install them. Because they were not doing installs. They were just delivering the items and dropping them off in your driveway or in your garage and saying, there you go, good luck, have fun. And I am not kidding.